when you call one chit and you hear that, yes, chef, and it feels so like you feel it in your soul. I love that part. That's the part why I do it. Hi, my name is Honey Fearon. I'm the senior sous of Cambridge Mill. I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a partner, I'm a friend. I'm also a chef. I've been cooking for about 10 to 15 years. I've cooked in places like Brooklyn, New York. I was at Bar Bet, and then I was at Ruthie's, help open that, right on Smith Street. I was in Toronto as well, cooked at the Alder as a senior sous. No, I was the chef de cuisine there. That was a good time. At the time, they were Michelin mentioned, so that was pretty fun. My pops had a heart attack, so moved back home, Kitchener-Waterloo area, and I was like, what's the next best thing? Pearl Hospitality, right? Applied at the Cambridge Mill. They welcomed me in. It was a great time. I was pretty appreciative at the time because I wasn't really looking for big commitments, but it ended up the role opening up as a big commitment. Love doing that. Young team, eager to learn, really want to learn about more food. So that's been exciting. When I'm in the kitchen, it's like when the world's moving so fast and when I'm in that heat or in that moment or calling the pass, something takes over and it's like it's a pause. There's like a peaceful moment or a silence that happens, and the connection with food. That's been kind of the reason why I've stayed in the career. It's just people helping people, and initially that's why we're put on earth. One thing I'm proud of is like how team comes together, how like we can take a night that's like 700 people and you're cooking from like 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. and all those covers in that bucket. And it's like, how do we feel at that moment, whether it's a good night or a bad night? Like, how did we do that? And like the feeling of success at the end of that night, like it's like we just succeeded together and we did something great together. I love cooking, so it doesn't matter what it is. I kind of got that from my grandmother, seeing her cook in the kitchen, learning some of the stuff she was using. Somali background. I was born in East Africa, left there while it was war struck. So got to learn a little bit about that, what that trauma looks like. Learned a lot. Being a woman of color, growing up, learning English as a second language. Grew up in Binghamton, New York, dealing with what it looks like to be a refugee Somali immigrant coming to America. And so that was pretty cool. Also embodying that, learning and growing and just being true to my values and morals almost. Definitely lean on my culture at times, but I've never really learned how to cook Somali food, but I've learned like how to speak the language. And I like want to immerse myself in that, whether it's like traveling to the country and learning like under a chef that's always cooked Somali food. And like, I want to get to the nitty gritty. I want to like, if they're like cooking on the ground, I want to be down there cooking with them and like building fires and cooking with those fires. I always believe in using like natural elements. So that's where that comes from. I'm hungry to learn what that Somali food looks like. Not many challenges. The only challenges I really deal with are more inwards. I learned from myself. I learned how to be more vulnerable. I learned how to be uncomfortable. So some of the challenges I deal with there are, am I treating the staff correctly, or am I coming from a place of intention, and am I leading correctly? Those are the challenges I have with myself internally, and like trying to leave people better than I found them, trying to make sure I leave them better than I found them. And so leading with kindness. I believe everybody is great at something, and so it's on us as leadership or as chefs to find that one thing they're great at and just build from there. There's negotiables and non-negotiables, and like learning how to like find what that is for people and what their ceiling looks like. Changing someone's life, whether it's the guest experience or whether it's a coworker that's working to the left or the right of you, and making sure you leave them better than you found them. And like what that means to me is like, if I can teach you one thing that day and I can take something from you, we've both learned something great. So people helping people. That's why I show up every day. I'm also podcasting right now, and I do a podcast. It's called It's Honey, the Podcast. Welcome back. It's Honey, the Podcast. And it's basically filled with like hospitality experiences, hospitality folk, stories, journeys, things that happen, things that occur, things that make them the better than they are, why they stay, why they invest in hospitality. Yeah, some of them don't get to show their stories every day, whether they work in back of house, front of house, or corporate, or just individuals that like set up these systems for you, the IT people. Like I like literally capture everyone at their rawest stage. And as a chef, honestly, I'm gonna be very, very candid with you. What gets me going every day is like I got I got introduced to this life of like sobriety, like whether I don't drink anymore or do I want to drink in my future is like, no, I like stay in this moment of like one day at a time. And that almost helped me find my way of like culinary. And that's why I wake up every day. I wake up with this hunger of like inspiring to be the person I want to be and like practicing sobriety. Yeah. And so I wake up every day and I just say to myself, one day at a time. And I look like I do what feels good for me. And that's being around folks and being around hospitality. That fulfillment of that helps me wake up every day. Yeah. Even when I retire, I'm always going to be a part of hospitality. I'll probably like teach, maybe be the janitor that walks around the restaurants, helps like tidy up, the cleaning person that maybe like puts the chairs away and like organizes the table and like greets the people before they start their heavy day. I'd love to be a fly in the room. I want to be remembered as the person like that brought something you've never seen before, that brought like a way of life or a way of conducting yourself in a kitchen, or whether it's a leader or a chef, a business owner. I want to be known as the person that brought like, holy shit, like that connection piece where people are missing the human part of it all. And I want to be known for like leaving people better than I found them. I want to be known for that final taste in your mouth when you're like, holy shit, I want to come back here. I want to eat her food again. I want to be known as that. I want to be known as Chef Honey Fearon. You're only as good as your last service. And I always want to be greater than that. I'm a dreamer, obviously. I'm a dreamer. But like, I dream like my food can bring everyone together. Why not? Why not? Dream big.